What's going on, YouTube? A little over a week ago, we had the Zulu's Grand Bounty 4, or as I like to call it, the Pacific Northwest Regionals, one of the biggest tournaments, if not the biggest tournament in the Pacific Northwest that happens almost every single set. And the winner of it was none other than Victor, who got 4th place at Nationals and is arguably the best player in Washington. He won it all with REIJU, which was insane considering some of the most prevalent decks out there being Katakuri, Moria, and Sakazuki. Here we have the total breakdown of the decks used at the event, with Katakuri being the most prevalent deck. Haktui. 16% of the players use Katakuri. Next up was Moria at 15%. Then REIJU at 13, and then Sakazuki. So very interesting to see Sakazuki being the 4th most played deck at Grand Bounty. We then see some interesting ones there, such as the Black Yellow Luffy, which had just released prior to the event. We also had Sabo in there. No ace, surprisingly. I thought we would see one ace, but some of the random picks that I was pleasantly surprised about was the Vivi, which was run by none other than YGJ, a local good friend of ours and great guy right there. And he actually did not too bad. He was undefeated for a little bit and ended up, I think, X2 or something like that. So pretty solid right there. We did have a couple new gates as well, which I think was like 2 or 3. Green Purple Dofi, very surprised about that. And the Blue Green Zoro and Sanji. That one, along with the starter deck Black Sakazuki, were probably the most surprising, just because as starter deck leaders, they aren't the strongest at all. And so it's always cool when somebody tries to bring it and cook with it. But of course, as we just talked about, Victor won it with the REIJU right there, right before the release of EB01. And so we're going to be talking with him here today, seeing his deck list, and just try to understand his thought process a little bit more. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and let's get right into it. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, and you?
Good, how about you? Yeah.
I'm having a good day so far. Cannot complain. You just wake up?
Yeah, I just woke up.
Nice. Nice. Living the life, huh, brother?
Yeah, well, we're opening up a coffee shop soon, so...
Oh, really?
Busy working on it. Yep.
Where's it going to be at?
It's gotta be in South Center. It's gotta be next to our Bubbleless location.
Oh, shit, bro. Gotta let me know when the official opening day is.
Yeah, I'll invite you. You drink some Vimmy's coffee.
Hey, let's go. Let's go, man. All right, you guys. So we have Victor here, who not only, as you guys know, got 4th place at Nats, he ended up winning the Pacific Northwest Regionals, as I would like to call it. All right, our own regionals, over 100 people competing in the tournament, some of the best players from around the area, duking it out, and it was Victor who took it all home. And so we have him here today for him to, give his thoughts and opinions on things, because I know that you did not play Sakazuki, so people are there's a lot of people who are happy about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome in, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
What made you want to play REIJU first as compared to any of the other decks that are currently in the format?
Yeah, so I actually made the decision to play 3 decks. And so my first choice was Black Yellow Luffy. Deck is good. People don't know how to play against it yet. And I feel like it's a good choice into a lot of the decks except Sakazuki. My second deck that I was going to play was REIJU. And my third deck was going to be Red Purple. Before the tournament, I was talking to a good friend, Jerome, and I was asking him what I should play. And he said, for sure I should play REIJU. So that's why I went with.
Nice, bro. And you said what was the last one? Red, Purple...
Luffy.
Okay. Red, Purple, Luffy. Holy,
yeah.
Man. Nice. And so your matchups now, you ended up playing how many rounds?
We played 6 rounds of Swiss, and then we cut into finals with the 1 and 2 playing out.
With you in the top cut, you ended up wiping everybody, right? You wiped everybody in the top cut.
I didn't drop a game all day, Grand Bounty day.
Crazy, man. And so what were the matches?
Yeah, so I opened up and I played my first game against Gecko Moria. Typically all the games pretty much went all the same. I felt like it was my opponents had the nuts basically every single time I played against them. My first round opponent, he triple prona looped me. It was a good friend that I've been playing with even in the Digimon days. Second round was against Arnie, which is a tournament crusher. He's been doing really well on a lot of the online tournament. He was playing Sakazuki. Can't say much. Basically, just opened up double EGG and he couldn't deal with it. So that's how you usually want to beat Sakazuki anyway. Round 3, I played against another Gecko Moria. It was basically the same thing. Triple Prona looped me, but still came back with a EGG and a REIJU play. Fourth round was actually on stream, on Voodoo stream. It was against another Gecko Moria. Didn't get triple Prona looped. I think it was a double Prona loop, which was still, hard to play against. He bricked up a little bit because he didn't have, off of his first Sindri, he didn't have any Thriller Bark guys to mill off of, and just to control the game from there, swung 7-7-7 to end it. That was round 4. Round 5 was going to be Katakuri. Hit 2 triggers, still won. And then I played against, in the finals, I played against another Katakuri, which I played against for basically the championship against Michelle, Kiro Bonclay. I played against her in the last round of Swiss and also did the exact same thing. Went double EGG and, was all downhill from there for her.
Yeah, I think it was a 3-0, right?
Yeah. So we played in the finals of Swiss, and then we did a salty run back, best 2 out of 3 for the finals.
That's crazy. That is crazy, man. So let's go over your deck list then, so that people can kind of see and understand more about how your deck runs, or maybe how you like to play with it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So, give us your thoughts and opinions on why you ran 3 Nijis, the Yonjis. I know some people don't run Yonji at all.
Yeah, so my list is pretty standard for the most part, but just with a couple techs. So obviously, to just get out the way, you run, 4 Kayas, 4 Soras, through 2 Ks. I run 2 Yonjis and 2 baby Yonjis, 2 big Yonjis, and I don't run the Queens because I actually think that Queen is really bad. I actually don't feel like you have any time to play Queen.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so Yonji, if you look at his base stats, is actually pretty broken, right? Besides the fact that you have to transform into him, he is technically a 4/6 body. That's a blocker. But technically, he's a 2/6 body because he only costs 2 to, play out, and then he's a 6 body for the rest of the game. You get it. You have better matchups into your mirror match because you have more outs to get lower than your opponents in Dawn. You have a better matchup against Red Purple Law because when you do your judge play, you're able to actually Dawn minus 1 more time, so you can get into a better lethal range. So when you go for game, you can just win. For the most part, I don't even use him as a blocker. I just use him as a 4/6 attacker. So, I mean, it's really hard to deal with as well because you're only attaching 1 Dawn and swinging 7, which is what I did in the finals, which, also clutched me out the game. You would be able to do it with Niji as well, but it's a little bit better with Yonji just because it costs 1 less, and you can do it 1 turn earlier, I guess. Moving forward, I run 4 baby, 4 big REIJU. I only run 3 Niji and 3 of the small Niji and 3 of the big Niji. I don't think you need to run 4. I think for the most part you draw enough and you see enough of your deck where you're gonna basically see whatever you want to see. So 3/3 is fine. 2 double finger was the last counts for the 2Ks. 2 puddings because it is an auto win against Whitebeard. It's an auto win against Black Yellow Luffy. If you're playing against Sakazuki and you don't have an optimal hand, Niji into pudding is technically in the nuts. For Ichiji, which is standard, 2 Judge, which is standard, 4 Germa 664 Kingdom, which is standard, and then my last tech of the deck is 2 Gum Gum Gavels. And the reason why I run this is because I wanted a better matchup against Katakuri, and I wanted a better matchup against Yamato, and I wanted to win those matchups outright. And so this is my tech of winning those matchups.
Nice. And so we have Romps in chat. He's asking, how many judges did you play against the Geckos?
Judges, I only played 1, the whole Swiss, I think. Because for the most part, you're gonna win you're gonna win at 8 or 10 Dawn if you go second, or you're gonna win on your first 9 Dawn, or when you're going up to 10.
Okay. And so what do you feel like was your hardest matchup of the day, or was it all just pretty easy, smooth sailing?
For the most part, it's all relatively easy. I feel like the deck just.
If you guys have any
itself.
questions too, you guys can feel free to
if
ask.
you obviously on the streams, and you can watch a lot of the way that I play in general. I just rush Ichiji, and if you bring out the first Ichiji and they can't get rid of it, you bring out the second one, you basically lock up the game.
Yeah,
it's just
fucking nasty.
What numbers you swing at, and I mean, the deck is technically that simple. You just gotta figure out how to play to your outs after, right? So if you don't have Ichiji, what do you do? And if you only have 1 Ichiji, what do you do from there? So a lot of times what you'll see me do is you'll see me swing with my big bodies first, and then I'll start searching. Because for the most part, your opponent's not going to know how to guard out of a 7 with a 7 Ichiji. And then, if you have, like, let's say a REIJU and your leader with 7 down behind, they're not going to know how to block, so they're just going to block that 7 immediately. Or if they don't block that 7, it's easy just to go 7-8-8 or 7-8-9, and then bring out another blocker, or bring out another REIJU or something. So that's the reason why, for the most part, if you bring out Ichiji first, swing with it as your first thing you do every single turn, like, it's easier to play a lot of your rounds, because if they don't block and they take it, then it's a little bit easier to figure out what's in their hand, what's not in their hand, what they could be doing, what they're not going to be doing next turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kush says, my boy Victor.
What's up, Kush?
Oh my god. So now here's the thing, because people are kind of wondering, they're like, man, what about with EB coming out now, and with the red purple law becoming a lot stronger? Are you still going to be playing REIJU, or is it kind of just GG's?
Yeah, I'm going to be cooking up some REIJU. I feel like it's still really good. It's just not good into red purple law, right? So if you could dodge a red purple law matchup, like, you're pretty much golden. And I feel like in EB, maybe red purple law will be more dominant, but I feel like in OP7 moving forward, even though red purple law is still probably one of the best decks, you could probably see a lot of other matchups instead. So I feel like maybe if you bring it to a tournament, you're probably gonna see 1 red purple or 2 red purple laws. So
do you think that there's anything that you could tech in to at least even the matchup just a little bit more in your favor, or like anything that you could do there?
Yeah, so I already played the Yonji, and so, like, the red purple matchup is easy in theory, but you just need to see the right cards, right? Like, if you want to for all the REIJU players that dread playing that matchup, it's
there's a lot, bro, that have been asking, like, bro, what do we do when EV hits and red purple law is gonna be going crazy? And so we're hoping to hear an answer from Victor that can help him out.
Yeah, so the answer is, when you play against that matchup, what you'll want to do is you'll want to win dice roll first off.
Okay, 50-50. Hey, bro, that's 50-50 easy.
Yeah, if you win the dice roll, the matchup becomes like 10 or 15% easier. So you win the dice roll, you go first. And after you decide to go first, you hope that you get Kingdom, and if you get Kingdom, what you need after is baby REIJU and big REIJU. If you have those, then the game is relatively easy because what you'll do on your 3 Dawn is you'll go baby REIJU into big REIJU, and then you'll draw 3 cards. You'll go back down to 2 Dawn, and then every single turn after, you just load up on your Dawn and swing into basically leader and hope that they don't bring out too many blockers. Okay. After you get, you're at 4 Dawn, you're at 6 Dawn, and then on your 8 Dawn, you just bring out Judge. So from the Judge play, what you do is you play Judge -1, so you'll be at 7 Dawn. They usually are at 3 or 4 Dawn when you are playing against them. So let's say theoretically the Red Purple Law player is at 3 Dawn. You'll Judge, which you'll go down to 7. You'll use Judge's effect, which will go down to 6. You use Niji effect, which will bring you down to 5. You'll use Yonji effect, bring down yourself to 4. And then after you use Ichiji effect, go down to 3. And now your Ichiji's effect has got to be live. So you're going to be able to reduce and you have Rush. And then you go down to 2 with REIJU. With REIJU effect, and then you draw 2. And so on the crackback or this next turn you survive, you'll have a Yonji, a Niji, a REIJU, and a Ichiji. So, and that only happens if you have stage first turn and you REIJU on your 3 Dawn to go down 1. Because you only need to neg 1 Dawn to be on curve.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, and if it's not optimal, the other best situation is Germa Kingdom on your 3 Dawn load up, and then on your 5 Dawn play double finger, discard, whatever, Rampadon, and then you'll be at 6, and then your next turn you'll be at 8 to bring out Judge, but you'll need all the cards to essentially transform with Judge, so it's a little bit harder and it's less optimal, but it's for sure doable.
And so you for sure are going to be sticking with REIJU even after this weekend?
No, I'm going to be switching over to Black Yellow Luffy probably almost exclusively, and then playing, because I've also been playing a lot of Red Purple Law even before EB in OP5, so it's probably going to be the deck that I also play with.
Okay, yeah, because I had seen you go undefeated at Zulus one of those days with the Luffy, and so I was thinking at Grand Bounty you'd be playing Luffy, but nope.
Yeah, I think the issue with Luffy is that it's easy to beat, and there's no more draw power in the deck, because like technically the cards that you play with, like the 5 cards that you draw, the 4 life, and the 5 cards that you draw after, like 14 cards. This is the only 14 cards you're gonna be playing with the whole game. So the deck definitely needs Flampe to do well.
Okay. Yeah. And so do you have any treasure cups or regionals coming up or anything like that? You got any big tournaments?
Yeah, so I'm going to be in all the May online tournaments, May 4th, 11th, and 18th. And then I'll be in Cali for the May, June offline tournament. And I'll be in Mesquite for the offline tournament as well.
Hey, let's go. Mesquite, yeah, where's Mesquite in? Is that
Mesquite's
Texas?
in Dallas. Yeah, Dallas, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, are you going to be going to any of the events?
To LA. I'll be.
See you there.
Yep. And then I have a treasure cup in May as well.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. I was debating about Texas, but not going to that one. Not going to that one.
Yeah.
And because people keep wanting to know, like, you are probably one of the most, I don't know what's the term, ominous, enigmatic, I don't know, players out there, no Twitter account, you guys. He doesn't do coaching or anything like that, but as you saw, even Jonas now is doing coaching, and there's some other top players that are thinking about doing that. Have you changed your mind since the last time we talked to you on stream, or is it still the same?
Yeah, probably still no coaching. Like, for the most part, I like playing the game, but I don't want to make it into a job, so probably no coaching. But Voodoo, if you want to play a couple games and just hang out, I'd be down for that.
Hey, fuck yeah, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, you heard it here.
Mabel here asks, besides Red Purple Law, what is another headache for the REIJU deck?
technically all the matchups, like every deck has a way that they want to win, right? So Katakuri wants to get to late dawns, play 10 moms. Sakazuki wants to remove your board and hopefully have like, double Gecko Moria. Moria is going to want to get double Gecko Moria. So it's kind of just figuring out how those decks are going to win or how they're going to beat you, because like if you play Gecko and they Prona loop you don't have Ichiji, you'll probably lose for sure, right? Because you can always REIJU, but your fives aren't going to mean that much when they're going to be swinging sevens into your life, and you don't have a better way to swing at them except just drawing cards. Sakazuki can be hard if you don't see Ichiji, and I feel like maybe Sakazuki is probably the best deck in OP6 right now. If they get the nuts and they see all the cards, they can just remove your board every single turn. So, like, if you bring out Ichiji on 4 Dawn, on their 5 Dawn, it's easy for them to Hina Houndblaze and remove your Ichiji. And so that's kind of like the nuts on their 5 Dawn turn. And then, like if you bring out another Ichiji, it's easy for them to, with 7 Dawn to do even crazier plays to remove the Ichiji, right? Yamato double swing is, they just punish you for not having counter, so that could also be hard. But yeah, I mean, Red Purple Law is for sure the hardest. I would say the second hardest, but also your easier matchup would be Sakazuki for sure.
Wow, let's go, man. The best deck, what people would be considering for this set, is also one of the potentially easiest for you. You're saying?
Yeah, because if you see all the right cards, then it's an easy matchup, right? Like in any matchup, if you bring out Ichiji into Ichiji, you just straight up win. And so, like, a lot of players that I'll see will try to load up on their grave and just bring out like Judge, for example. But for the most part, you'll win before your Judge turn, right? So you just need to survive and play well enough where you play around it. So a lot of times I'll bring out, like, let's say Ichiji, and they'll bring out Niji, or they'll bring out Kuzan, so they can get rid of the Ichiji next turn. If you bring out Niji, you straight up just win right there, because not only do they waste 4 Dawn, now next turn you're going to be swinging 7/7/5, and you're probably going to putting them at one of those points, right?
Crazy, man. Crazy. Inside the mind of Victor, you guys. Does Washington have any Fortress players? Sash is wondering.
Yeah, there's a couple Fortress players, but I don't know if any of them did well during the tournament.
Yeah, I don't think there was very many top playing Yamato players. Let me see here for the breakdown.
Yeah, I think it's hard because with Fortress, you're kind of looking also at Black Yellow Luffy, and both those decks they lose to Pudding. So a lot more blue players flashing and Pudding, especially Sakazuki players. So I would be, a little bit worried if I was a Yamato player playing in today's environment.
Yeah, only 5 Yamatos. Well, technically 6 Yamatos, but one of those Yamatos was just a mono yellow Yamato that competed in Grand Bounty. And of those 5 green yellow Yamatos, none of them made it into the top cut. So tough day for them.
For sure.
Yeah. And then have you been seeing the things about the online event cheaters and stuff like that? I'm assuming you have.
Yeah, it's been all over the internet. Yeah, there's literally nothing you can do about it. There's too much money in prizing, and people are too sweaty, and they feel like they need to cheat to win. So it's just one of those things. You'll see a lot more cheating, and the only way it's gonna, kind of go away is if we take away the online events and just make it all in-person events, right? And even in person, you can still cheat. So I mean, like, there's got to be cheating regardless. I think it's just easy to blow it up online when it's videotaped, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, bro. Yeah. What do you think about it?
That's why I record, bro. That's why I stream in-person events. Ain't nobody cheating on me, dude.
Yeah. Even when I play, like half the time I'm recording, half the time I'll just tell my opponent, hey, I'm recording this match. And so it'll keep them honest, so they, don't do anything funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, my take on it is, it's just one of those things where I do love and appreciate online events, even though it can allow people to maybe take advantage of the system easier. At the same time, it allows for more people to play the game and compete at a higher level. So it's obviously a tough one there, because I know some people just want to, they're calling to like get rid of online events and stuff, and it's like, man, online events are nice too. So
Yeah. I think if there was maybe more judges, more penalization for cheating, I think maybe it would, dissuade people from doing it. And so that's kind of the issue. Like, even if you do get caught for cheating, like, like you get banned for, 6 months, a year, whatever. But, a lot of people are thinking that the risk is, worth the reward. So
yeah. And I mean, we know that there have been people who have been penalized way harder for something that is,
for less.
For less.
Yeah, for less, for sure. They're doing the most for the least.
Yeah,
for sure.
the max time, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. Free my dude N.
Yeah. Free Joel, you guys. Fuck, dude. But no, I really appreciate you giving me some of your time, man. I know you're a busy man. You guys got a lot of things coming out. All right, big shout out to Victor, and as well as his ventures that he's doing. As he was talking about at the beginning, they're opening up a Vietnamese coffee shop here in Washington. So if you guys ever come visit for Grand Bounty or anything like that, just to visit for fun, go check them out. It's going to be down in South Center. And then he also has the boba shops all across Washington as well. How many locations?
We got 8 Bobaless locations now.
Jesus Christ, yeah, 8 Bobaless locations, you guys. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in the boonies of Washington. You guys could probably find a Bobaless, all right?
For sure.
With 8 locations. So yeah, appreciate it, brother. And we'll definitely be playing sometime soon with, especially with these tournaments coming up.
For sure.
Have to take advantage of that. So, all right, brother.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Later.
All right, that is the end of the video right here. If you guys have watched the whole thing and enjoyed it so far, make sure you guys go hit that like button. Go comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know what you thought about the video. And as always, good luck in your guys' matches. Good luck in the locals, store championships, regionals, whatever it might be. Stay winning, and I'll see you guys in the next one.